guys, it's Demi. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you're all doing well. So for today's video, I'm going to be doing an assumptions video. I asked over on my Instagram for 3 video ideas this week, and surprisingly an assumption video was really popular, which they were kind of a thing like during the first lockdown. It was a trend, but I didn't know people still liked them, but they do. So anyway, yeah, I just thought I would do another assumptions video. Now the background's looking a little bit weird. These aren't staying in here. I did buy these from a charity shop recently. They are going to be relocated to their new home very soon, but for now they're in here. And a drawer's missing out of there because it keeps all my makeup in it, and I did my makeup before I went out today, so it's on the floor somewhere. And have I put it back? No. Do I need to put it back? Yes. Should I put it back before this video? Probably. Would that be too perfect for a video of me, from me? Yeah, so it's not back. Anyway, so I asked over on my Instagram for assumptions. I'm just gonna go to Instagram and get them. I said assumptions about me, my life, or family here, and we'll see what people have said. First one says, you and Sean aren't really affectionate, saying I love you, etc. Love you, love your videos. Thank you. We can be. I think it's like any long-term relationship, like you have moments of really being affectionate and moments where you're just not. But yeah, we can actually be quite affectionate, but then we can be just like not. So I would say it's kind of true, but kind of not. It just depends on the day. So today he's been at work, I've been busy, not the most affectionate of days, but yeah, we can be. I would say it's like 50-50, just depends on the day. You prefer sweet over savoury. False. I am a savoury type of girl. If you offer me a piece of chocolate cake or a sandwich, I will 110% always pick the sandwich. So no, I'm actually savoury. That is false. The next assumption says you regret not going to university. So false. I never wanted to go to university. To be honest, I never ever would have went to university. Even if I didn't do YouTube, it was never in my life plan to go to university. So no, don't regret it. You and Sean will get married soon. I actually talked about this on my latest like sit down deep chat video, and probably not. It's probably going to be another 3 to 5 years before we get married, simply because of COVID. A lot of weddings have been pushed back, so if we were to start planning now, it probably wouldn't be booked in till about 3 to 5 years time. And to be honest, we're not in a rush. We're still young. We've just bought the house. We're kind of just enjoying life as is at the moment, so more than likely no, we probably will not be getting married soon. You're closer to your mum than your dad. I think this is a hard one because I have a very different relationship with both my mum and dad, obviously. But because I'm a female, I do talk to my mum about a hell of a lot more than I would my dad, but that is quite natural, even though I do still tell my dad quite a lot. And I do still have quite a, like, I would say, good relationship with both. But if I'm being completely open and transparent, yeah, I probably am closer to my mum, just because it's probably a girl thing. I tell her a lot more, and my mum would be the first protocol of who I would go to if I would like had something to tell me mum or me parents. I'd tell me mum first. So yeah, I am closer to me mum probably, but I still love my dad just the same. But I think it's like a female thing, like naturally a lot of the time you're going to be closer to your mum because maybe you would have more intimate deep discussions with your mum than you would your dad. The next assumption says you're super content with where you're at now. Jesus, just nearly dropped my phone. Oh my god, like so content. It's actually so weird. I never ever thought that I would be this content with life because I've never really felt this much contentment in life before. I've always had I would say mind struggles, mental health struggles, and I've always really struggled to feel content. It's something that I've like never felt, whether it be my job, my living situation, or just something in my life is always meant that I could never ever feel content. But at the moment, I just feel so content with where I am, who I am as a person, what I'm doing, what I'm achieving, where I'm going forward, the plans going forward. And I honestly love it. And I feel like COVID has had such a huge impact on that for me. It's definitely made us see things differently and put a whole new perspective on life for me, which I actually think has been such an amazing positive impact. So yes, definitely true. I am so content at the moment, and I really hope that it stays like this. And I'm having lots of positive thoughts, and I'm doing lots of things to hope that this contentment stays the way that it does, and that I don't like start to feel not content, because it's the worst feeling, I think, when you're not content with a certain part of your life. It can really drain every aspect of your life. But yeah, I'm super happy and content at the moment, which is just like crazy. Next assumption says sometimes you regret sharing so much of your life online. You know what? Probably, yeah. I think there's definitely been parts of my life that I maybe wouldn't have mentioned if I could go back in time. I probably would have kept some things a little bit more private. But to be honest, there's still a lot of things that have happened in my life that I don't share online. And I think people think I'm really open, and which I am. There's a lot online. Like, you know, I do share a lot. And I wouldn't necessarily class myself as a very private person. I'm a talker. I like to talk a lot, and I do share a lot of my life online. And I think over the last 4 years, I definitely have like shared a lot. The next assumption says you have the rest of your life all mapped out. No. Oh my god, do people actually like have their life mapped out? I just feel like I could never, because it would never like go the way it planned. Like, you could have your life mapped out, but then what if something on that plan doesn't work? I feel like it would just knock your full life plan off. This one made us laugh so much. Your dad has lots of girlfriends. This made us laugh so much. Okay, so my dad's situation, he was in a really long-term relationship for over 15 years, which he split up from maybe 5 years ago. No, 4 years ago. Oh my god. Anyway, he came out of the long-term relationship about 4 or 5 years ago, and he was single for a period of time, and then he got into another relationship which lasted about a year, and then that one didn't work out, so he was single again, and now he's in another relationship. So I wouldn't say he had loads of girlfriends. Obviously he was with me mum, and then he had another partner, and then a partner for a year, and then now he's with another partner who I actually really like, called Teresa. So I wouldn't say he's had loads of girlfriends, but obviously it might look like he's had loads. So yeah. You have no debt. This is so true. I am not a debt type person. Well, apart from my mortgage. I do have my mortgage, which is a debt, quite a big debt as well. But apart from my mortgage, I have no debt. Pardon me. I have no debt. I'm not a debt type of person. I've been very lucky in the fact that I've been able to save a lot of money, and when buying this house and buying the furnishings for this house, my motto was, if I can't pay for it outright, then I can't have it. Just simply because the thought of paying for something monthly always scared me. I was very fortunate in that my grandma helped us pay for my car when I first got it when I was 18. I've never bought a new car, so I still have my little Peugeot 107 called Daphne, and I love her. So I don't pay out monthly for my car. I don't pay out monthly for any of the furniture. The only monthly payment I have is like my bills and my mortgage, and that was a big scary concept for me because I've never ever had debt before. The only debt I ever had was to my grandma when I was paying her back for my car, because she paid for it and then I paid her back. But obviously it was to my grandma, so if there was a month where I couldn't afford it, I didn't feel like scared because I knew it would be okay. But I've just never had debt. I'm a huge saver. I save a lot of money and I overthink a lot of purchases, big purchases. Me B&M trips where I spend 100 quid, don't overthink them. I need to start overthinking them more. But when I'm making a huge purchase that I'm going to be paying for monthly, I overthink it a lot, and a lot of the time I'll talk myself out of it. So no, I don't have any debt. I'm very scared of paying things monthly just in case I one day can't afford it, and I'm very cautious about that. But yeah, I'm in a fortunate position where I save a lot of money and I can buy things outright a lot of the time, and that's the way that I prefer to do it if I can. So no, I don't have any debt apart from my mortgage. I assume you know how sexy you are. Well, that assumption would be damn right true. I know it. No, you know what, it's funny because over the last few years I definitely have a new lease of love for myself, something that I never had for a very long time, and it feels amazing. And I feel like sometimes it can come across as maybe obnoxious, but you know, I don't care. I really don't care, because I spent that long hating myself, the way I looked in certain parts of my body, that now that I love it, I'm going to embrace that with every inch of it. You're a jolly bubbly person. Yeah, 60% of the time. 40% of the time, no. But I think the thing is, I spoke about this again on my Deeps Chats video last week, and for me, I'm either all in or all out. So I'm either having a really good day and I'm all in, I'm all happy, I'm like super excited to be where I am, super excited to be doing what I'm doing, or I'm all out. And when I'm all out, I'm not interested, I'm in a really bad mood, I feel down. And I must admit, I'm having a lot more all-in days these days than I am out days. But it's very rare that you'll catch me at a kind of happy medium. I'm either happy or I'm sad. And them normal days, I don't have that often. I'm either in or I'm out. But yeah, I would say on the whole, I'm quite a jolly person. I'm quite, like, you know, yay, happy, outgoing, whatever. But sometimes I'm just not as well. Like, sometimes I'm not like that. It just depends, you know. I thought I'd just interrupt the assumptions with a cheeky little Stella. Oh, nearly. I'm at home. It's coming. Fucking broken me. Right. You are finding living away from your family super hard? No, not really. I mean, I do. There's definitely been, like, the first few weeks, yes, I was like, really, what the fuck have I done? It was really hard to adapt to having everything done for us, to having to do everything myself, not gonna lie. But at the moment, I feel like I'm in quite a good routine. I see me mum a lot. I see me brother and me mum's partner a lot. Me mum's always up here for a cuppa. I'm going down to hers. The pups are at hers. I see me mum a lot. I haven't struggled as much as I thought I would in terms of like missing people, because I do feel like I still see them a lot. However, I have struggled with probably keeping on top of the work and getting in like a routine of like house routine. That was a bit of a struggle, and it's still something that I'm trying to adapt to. You don't care about what anybody says about your weight. True, I really don't. I think I'm at a stage in my life now where if I continue to let other people's opinions affect me and affect my life, I'm never ever going to be happy. You know, there's always going to be things that I do that people disagree with, and there's always going to be things that I say that people disagree with. And I just think at the end of the day, like, I don't agree with anybody, so I wouldn't expect everybody to agree with me. And it's just one of them things where, like, I literally don't give a fuck. If you're not in my day-to-day life, if I don't meet up with you, if you don't have my phone number, then I don't know you and we're not close. So why would I let your opinion of us affect me as a person? I'd never be happy, because there's always going to be somebody who doesn't like it. So you would never find happiness if you had that mentality. And that's why now I just don't care. I really don't care what you think of us. I'm living my life, I'm happy, and that's all that I can wish for, and that's all I could wish for anybody else. Live your life, be happy, and just don't worry. Just do not worry, because people will judge you no matter what you do. If you go to prison, people are going to be judging you. If you sell out at the O2 Arena for your singing voice, people are going to be judging you. So a good thing and a bad thing, you're still getting judged. Should do what you want. You're a narcissist. Ooh, deep honey. I've never been clinically diagnosed as being a narcissist, so on that basis I'm going to say no. Let's have a look at the signs of a narcissist. Okay, so self-centered. I mean, I guess on certain occasions I can be self-centered, yeah. But I think a lot of the time as well, I put people first, and I really do. Like, and I know like everyone's probably gonna say that, but like I do on a lot of occasions always put my family before me, and like how I feel. And there's been so many instances in my life where I've done something that is going to benefit my family more than me, but I would just rather they were happy. I've explained this to a few people before, and people have said that's a sign of autism. Different signs of lots of different things, right? But this is like how my brain works. Now, I do have clinically diagnosed dyslexia, so it could be this, but I don't think this is a symptom of dyslexia. But my brain, so there's this thing, right, where like in terms of thinking I'm always right, I think I'm always right. And I know this sounds like obnoxious to say, and it very much is obnoxious, but the way my brain works is I just really struggle to make sense of other people's thinking of things. Because if I think something, like, just say for example, let us think of a situation. I think of a situation and I can't think of one, but for example, like if I'm talking about a way of doing something and someone else has a different way of doing it to me, in my head, I think I'm right, and I think my way of doing it is the better way of doing it. But I can't understand how other people aren't like this. I feel like other people are just much more open to other ways of doing things than I am. But I think I'm always right. Yeah, I do. And that's because, like, in my brain, there's no other way of doing that thing other than the way I'm doing it. And I know this will sound like so obnoxious, but I just mean like in my head, the way that I'm doing something or the way I know something makes so much sense, and because it's in my head, do you know what I mean? Like that's what my head knows, that's what I think and feel. So in my head, that's the right way of doing it. I am right, you are wrong. And like all my family, like my grandma goes all the time like, you're never wrong, are you? And I'm like, I'm not, I'm never wrong, because in my head, what I'm saying makes a lot of sense and it is right. Obviously there's times when I'm wrong, but in my head I'm not wrong, because what I'm saying makes a lot of sense. And until like something is completely like in my head not making sense, and then I need to work out how it is actually done, then in my head I'm always right. I feel like this does not make any sense at all, but I am always right, because in my head that's the only way that makes sense. I do feel like I'm always right, but I do not think that I'm better than people. And this is one thing, like, one of the things here about being a narcissist is feeling that you are better or deserve more than other people. Absolutely not. Never in the world have I looked at someone and thought, I think I'm better than them. Never. It's the opposite to that. I always think people are better than me, like all the time. Never felt that in my life. Lack of empathy, lacking compassion or feeling for other people. No, not a lot of the time. Sometimes maybe. It depends. Who? Old people, I'm always empathetic. Like, oh my god, if I see an old person, I'm always really sad. And animals, I'm very, very empathetic when it comes to animals. If I see like an animal in danger or hurt, I am crying for a week solid. Like, I get so upset when I see exploitation of animals. Manipulative or controlling. Use emotions to manipulate people. No, I wouldn't say I do anymore. When I was younger, potentially, like when I was 16 and me mum and dad weren't letting us do something, I would be like, oh, but all my friends are doing it and I'm not. And like, I'm going to be left out. I definitely used my emotions to manipulate me mum to let us do something. So when I was a kid, but I feel like every teenager may do that. Strong need for admiration. Demand admiration and praise. No, I wouldn't say that I do. I feel like if you look at my socials online, you might think that like I have a strong need for admiration, because I feel like every social media person promotes the good things that they're doing. Like, you know, I've just hit 100k, I've just done this, and they post about it. So it might look like they're wanting admiration, but for me it's just to kind of document an achievement I've made, and it's more for my personal like remembrance and like, you know, looking back on my life. That's why I do stuff like that. But no, I don't feel like I do have a strong need for admiration. Difficulty taking feedback, overreact to criticism. Yeah, because going back to the thing I said earlier, I feel I'm always right. So if someone's criticising us about something I'm doing, then ultimately I'm not happy about that, because what they're saying is not right to me, because in my head what I'm doing and what I'm trying to do makes more sense than what they're trying to tell us to do. So yeah, I do have difficulty taking feedback, not gonna lie. I don't like feedback. I can deal with like constructive criticism if it's something like not telling us what to do. But if it's something telling us what to do or telling us how to live my life, then I'm not here for that. But if it's like just generalized criticism, then that's okay. But if it's like, you should do something this way, I'm just like, no, I shouldn't. That's not the right way in my head. Like, I don't want to do it that way. So yes and no. Easily wounded, quick to feel hurt or angry. No, I feel like that's quite betrayed as well. Like, people call us fat all the time and I'm not offended by it. People say like, and I'm not offended by it anymore. Maybe when I was younger I was very like quick to feel hurt, but not now. No. So that's the narcissistic questionnaire. Am I a narcissist? Maybe I have been in the past. Maybe I am one. We will never know. I feel like everyone's got traits of narcissism though. Like, some people may not, but I feel like everybody has traits or will have traits at certain points in their life. But I don't know. I've never been clinically diagnosed as being a narcissist. And I've never been clinically diagnosed as being a narcissist, so I'm gonna say no. You're a smoker or an ex-smoker? Oh Jesus, no, I've never ever smoked. It's not for me. I don't like the smell. You know what though, I said this on my stories like a good while ago, but you know when you watch a series on Netflix and the people on the series are drinking a lot of beer or smoking, sometimes after I've watched the series I do crave smoking, even though I've never smoked. You would go back to not being vegan? No, I don't think I would. I don't think I could ever consume meat again, or dairy, to be honest. Dairy I've never been bothered about. Cheese, I can love it or leave it. Eggs, I never really like them. What else is dairy? Milk, I don't mind the dairy-free milks at all, like oat milk and stuff, so I don't miss them. Meat, I don't miss it. I feel like there's such good alternatives that I just don't miss it. I just find it frustrating sometimes when I go like to a cafe and they've got loads of cakes and none of them are vegan, and I'm just like, eh. But no, I don't feel like I could ever eat something that's not plant-based anymore. You love your dogs more than Dolly? Nope, all equal. I obviously am with Luna and Henry a lot more, and they're my babies and I love them, but Dolly is my sister and I love her so much. There's no favoritism, couldn't. Not enjoying YouTube as much anymore. You know what? No, I would say I went through a period of that absolutely big and true. I hated like uploading. It felt like a chore because I fell out of love with my channel and I didn't know what I wanted to be doing with it anymore, but I feel like I've really found my happiness with it again, and I've definitely got into a much better mindset when it comes to views. I used to be so centered around views and videos not hitting targets that I'd set in my own head that it became like really demoralizing when I would upload a video and it wouldn't hit like my personal target. But now I'm not bothered. Like, I just post what I want to post. I love it, and I think you can tell by my content that I do enjoy it a lot more, and when I'm having a regular posting schedule, that's when you know that I'm loving it, because I'm posting a lot more. And I love the second channel, so I post a weekly vlog on the second channel, Daily Dose of Us, every Sunday, and I love it. It just gives us that like vlog side of YouTube again, which I really love. I absolutely love creating vlogs, and it's such good documentation for me and Sean to look back on and see the progress that we've had with the house and the pups and just everything, and to really document significant parts of our life. So no, not true. I love YouTube again at the minute. I'm in a really happy place with it, and yeah, I'm just so happy. And even though the growth is probably at like a really big steady still for me, because when my channel got big, it kind of just went from like nothing overnight to actually having a following, and that's a lot. And obviously, inevitably, that's going to stop at some point, and mine did. It's kind of at a standstill at the moment, but it doesn't affect us because I'm enjoying it. I'm still able to do it as a living. I'm enjoying creating content so much now that I don't let numbers affect us. Because when you do let numbers affect you, it's really easily to get caught up in it all, and when you're not hitting targets, it affects every aspect of your life and you get down. So I just create the content that I like now. Luckily, you guys seem to really like it as well. Okay guys, so I feel like I have answered a lot of assumptions, so I'm going to leave this video here. If you'd like to see part 4 of this, because I think I've already done 2 previous, then let us know by giving this video a thumbs up, and the secret word of today is going to be Hoover, so comment Hoover below. And without further ado, I'll let you go, and I'll see you very shortly for another one. Cheers! Happy Monday!